Hi there, Greg T with the Image Stop. This is an instructional video on doing blog entries or doing posts, if you will. I'm going to use a website here. It's selectentertainment.com. I want to thank Chris for taking a look at this. And yay, if you're watching this one and you need some entertainment, get a hold of these guys. Okay. Anyway, let's assume here. First of all, we're going to start with assuming that you guys already have access to the website here. So I'm going to use my access to this website. We're in the midst of building this site, so it is not completed yet, but showing these posts and blog stuff, good thing to jump on now so you can get those blog entries done prior to the launch. It's awesome. So let's log this in here. So we're going to log into our website and we're going to see where things go here. Alright, so as you get into the website here, this is your dashboard. This is what everything looks at as you log in. Yours may look a little bit different in the fact that you probably don't have maintenance mode up here. As I said, this site is being under construction right now, so it is not live and able to see. Okay, we're going to go into look at posts here. Posts. That is the same as your blog entry. You know, when you call you're adding a blog entry, you're adding a post. Posts can be this whole thing can be used for many different reasons, not just blogs, but for news, upcoming shows. In this case, might be a good one for Select Entertainment. Reviews from clients that you want to do, have a running total for. On the upcoming shows, some people might think, oh, well, when the show's done, then you want to delete it. I would say no. Reason being is Google really likes relevancy and it likes to see new content and stuff. And on a from marketing's perspective, new clients are going to want to come in and say, oh, look at these guys have done all these shows, have been involved in all these events. That's a really cool thing. If they're deleted, there's no way for them to know other than hearing what you say. And that isn't the same as going on there and seeing how active you've been. So let's remember that. Okay, so over in this section here, you have all posts. If you click that, you see all the posts that have been currently made or have been made in your on your website. Add new, just as it says, it's adding new. Up here, if you click this button, you've got new, adding new up there as well. So there's some different things. Again, some different things here. Carousel slides probably not in yours. Back in your categories, that's where you set up different specific areas. So if you do have a blog and news and upcoming shows, you can set different categories in there. So when you enter a blog or enter a post, you can select which area it shows on. You have different pages that show different things that way. Your tag section, that's a section where you create different tags and stuff, and I'll show you all of these things within the actual post itself. So let's go in here. We're going to add new. We click on the button, it pops up. And there we go, live and ready. Now, some users here, or some viewers here, are not using the Divi theme. In this case, we are. We're using this with a lot of our clients, to be honest with you, because it's very versatile, has a lot that we can do with it. And no, the sites do not all look the same. It is amazing how crazily different you can do things. So, I'm going to be using some information here that's not going to be relevant to Divi users. However, it's overall relevant to everybody. So, add new post. We're going to title it. Right there, new post title. That's where you add it right there. Pretty simple. Down here is where you can add your text. We've explained this in some of our videos if you've watched them. This is very much like having Word and doing things in there. You can make things bold, italic. We're going to add this here. Some people don't like the hard return in WordPress being such a big space here. If you go to the text area, just as a little side, and you can delete then those spaces, then go back to visual, pop, there you go, tightens things up, kind of cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much that thing there as far as how you can enter things. I'm going to go through here for the Divi builders now, or Divi users. If you use the Divi builder, we click on that, it now loads all that text into here. Let's take a look. Click on that. Now Divi's got a few different things. It can automatically change the overall color of your text. If you're on a dark background, or a dark picture in the background, change it to light. In this case, we have a white background. We're going to keep that, keep it dark. You can change how our text is, or the orientation for the text, which is really cool. Has that same general interface as the regular, I guess, blog entry area does for our post entry. So that's really cool. You can disable it on some things you want, and again, you can, let's say, blog. You can change the label just to make life easier in case you've got multiple people using this, okay, which is good. Advanced design settings, again, for Divi users only. There's a lot of things you can do, changing widths, sizes, colors, spacing for things, height for the lines. You can even change some of your padding and stuff to create space around some of your text. Kind of cool. If you want to get really into some heavy things to understand this, give us a call. Let's talk about maybe do a little consulting session. We do offer those. They are in addition to our usual training sessions, and there is a price attached to that. But if you want to dig into your site to know a lot more, we can teach. And there, custom CSS, same thing. This can affect a lot of really cool things in your site. If you see stuff in there and you don't understand what's going on there, please do not delete, do not touch, do not edit. It can affect your site dramatically and can be quite costly to fix. So we're going to assume that you've got all this, we understand, we're going to get out of here. We do always save and exit. So that's all contained in there. Scrolling down here, we talked about our categories. Pick which category this can be setting in. If you go to the category section over here on the left-hand side and you actually set it there, you can actually put descriptions of what the categories are, just in case you have several people that are blogging and don't know. They might say, well, blog and news, isn't that the same thing? Well, if you go into the category section, it explains, you can write in there and type what you want those sections to actually be for in case you're the owner and other people are doing the blogs. So in this case, we're going to say it's shows. We want that to be in the shows section. And let's go scroll down just a little bit further. It says feature image. Feature image, very important thing to have. People are visual, they want to see things, okay? It's kind of important. So we can add that feature image this way and make it look really cool on the overview page. So let's collect that. Collect that. You can upload your own here just like you would with most uploads for virtually any program. All you do is click select files. You can find that file in there and select it, add it. In this case, I'm not going to do that. We're going to use the media library. The media library, it basically contains all of the pictures that you have previously uploaded to your site. So yes, quite often be repetitive, or say you've uploaded a whole bunch and you just want to add this, add some pictures later. So we got to select a picture to add into this blog. Lots of different pictures here, as you can see. Some pretty decent ones there, and I'm going to use. Who am I kidding? I know what I'm going to use. I'm going here and use this one of me. Yes, it's me, believe it or not. Okay, I'm an entertainer on the side. It's fun. So we're going to add this. Oh, and if you want me, get a hold of Select Entertainment. These guys, I do bookings with them, all right? So we're going to set the feature image there, and it's going to pop that right in there, okay? So now we know that is a feature image for this blog entry or entry for shows. And nothing happens until we click Publish. Before we do, though, I want to do a quick thing. You notice this thing as far as visibility, draft, so on and so forth. We can go in there and we can publish it as a draft if we want, okay? So that it sits there so that it can be, look at that pending review, how you can have it set up an editorial type system where the owner of the company makes sure that all the blog entries are approved before they're entered, and he can go to do them, approve them, and click OK. Can do that. Visibility, public, you can have private, password protected ones. Look at that. Add the password 123 in there, and nobody can access that until they actually enter the password on that page. Kind of fun. Or private. That's where only logged in users can access. In this case, we want this to be public. Publish immediately or edit. You can you can set up your blog entries to be published on a weekly basis, and you can have them done 5 weeks in advance. It's all good. You just set the date and time where you want it to set, or vice versa. Look at backdating too. In this case, let's say that we wanted this site to be active back in August, okay? Or we want this blog entry to have been something relevant back then. You can use this for predating information that you may have lost for some reason, may have given it to your clients in person instead and said, you know what, I want this on the website, let's put it back there, and we're going to backdate it to when they were supposed to have had this anyway. Or for that matter, you can kind of give yourself some false history to give your site the look of not being so brand new. Let's face it, if you go in there and you find 12 different blog entries and they are all from October 14th, the Friday, October 14th, 2016 at 5:20 p.m., guess what? It kind of looks weird that you're seeing every single post or every single post being done at the same time. Not the best way of doing it, all right? So in this case, we're going to predate it just for fun, and I'm going to say, okay, remember, nothing happens till you publish, so let's publish. And there you go. Once that's done, it will show that your post has been published here, and you can view it. So let's take a look in there. Why not? We're going to take a look and say view post and see what this looks like. So here's what the actual post ends up looking like. This is for the full post, okay? This sidebar area, this can all change, you know, in this case it will be changing. We're just setting this up initially right now. Comments, yes, we have that turned on right now. We will be turning this off. Reason we do that, I'll be honest with you, spamming is huge there, and you get so many spam comments that are thrown there. It's hard to manage, and it looks very unprofessional because you have to stay on it on a regular basis. So, you know, honestly, I tend to recommend to clients that they keep that turned off. Very few do want it in the end, and there's very few really solidly good reasons for doing so. So yeah, there's a bit about how that post ends up looking. Now, you might want to think, well, what does that look like from the overview page where you see, okay, where where you go to the page and it says blog, and it's got several different entries there you can go look at. Well, let's go take a look there. So I'm going to go to the dashboard, and we're going to see what other pages first. We're going to find that blog. So here we are with all the pages there. We're going to scroll down here to SE blog. Tentative title right now, we're going to use that. So let's go view. That's going to show us what that page looks like with this posted. So take a quick look here. Again, this site is in the midst of, is under construction. So this is a temporary one, obviously not filled in and completed, but it gives you the overview. Oh, look at that. We got this one here that I entered too. Yeah, that's me as well. I do a lot of stuff. Kind of neat there. Hold it. Where's the other picture? I'll show you exactly. Yes, I know I do a lot of this stuff kind of weird on purpose. What I'm going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard here. I'm going to open that in a new tab. Why? I want to show you what was done wrong in the post and some ways to easily make the changes here. Hold on. Here we go. I'll go to the posts. Okay, so here we go. View all posts. That's why I opened that one. And there we go. Test post and new post. So this one here we just published 31 minutes ago. That was the one with the awesome powers. And this one's the one that we predated. Well, here's the difference. Look at that. This one here says that the category is blog. This one says category is shows. Oh, oops, made the mistake. It's supposed to be blogs. That's why it wasn't showing up there, because that particular page said it's only supposed to show any posts that are made to the category blog. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit this. We don't have to go into the page, the big page, to do it. Let's go to quick edit. Look at that. Forget shows, blog, update. Once that's completed updating, sorry, bang, there we are. So let's go take a look at the page. And there it is. Let's refresh the page. And we're going to see exactly what happens there. So bang, there's our top. We scroll down. There's our first picture. There's our second picture. So nice visual, you know, got some stuff. We can add all this great information, change some things. One thing you might want to notice too is you notice that we made this first word here on this post here. We had changed the color on that. If we go to read more, we're going to see that color difference right here, bold and different color. Let's go back one. Doesn't show here. All those extra features and links and even all that kind of stuff will not show in the summary. Reason being is if the summary is set to only show so many characters. If it gets cut halfway through a link or halfway through a command to make the text special, such as bold and different colored, it basically breaks the page. So that's a feature that is there on purpose. So no, you can't change that in there. But read more does take you further into it, so you can access and do all those sort of things. Let's not worry about the way this is all displayed. That's something we're going to change later. But get those posts, all those blog entries all in there. More relevancy for Google. Remember that. Great marketing too for you. So that's Greg T with the image stop. That silly guy there. Anyway, Greg T with the image stop. Oh, connections timed out. Guess what? That means our time is up. Greg T, the image stop. Remember, do this for your marketing. Do what we can. We do what we can for you, because image is everything. Thank you.